Okie. Itameksknatuni. Good morning. It is. It's about 9 o'clock, I think, just a little bit after 9. Oh, it's 9:30 already. I puttered around. I'm just kind of getting my day started. Supposed to have kind of a busy day today because there's a bunch of family stuff going on later. But this morning I have some trapping work to do. Right now I'm going to go pick up a trap just here in my neighborhood. Never caught anything, and the animal was up in the crawl space, but I've had the guy stuff the hole in the soffit for a few nights here. No action, so I think that animal's gone. They would have definitely still been foraging. It's not that cold, although it is that time of year. We are now into the third winter moon. Today is what? Thursday, my favorite day of the week. The 14th of December 2023, in the start of the lunar cycle, Misamiko Komiatos, the long night's moon. Obviously, this is when we have the equinox, or not the equinox, the solstice, the longest nights. So, Misamiko Komiatos, long night's moon, is what we're entering into, the third of our 7 winter moons. And typically, this would be a pretty cold moon. This one and the one to come. Gato would be especially cold moons, even beat that, some going into the eagle moon. So anyway, I'm looking for this. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. But yeah, we're into the third winter moon. It should be much colder than it is, but it's not. So, is what it is in that respect. Oh, there's the house I'm looking for. Yeah, we're gonna pick up a trap here. Go set up a trap. It's again for raccoon somewhere else on the south side. And then I gotta go to the cemetery. I got a job over there. I'll tell you about it. But let's go pick up this trap. I don't know why the raccoon didn't come back here or decided to vacate. I've been having a tough time getting raccoons in the city to get into the traps recently. I don't know if they've all been trapped too much and the raccoon culture is figuring stuff out or what. This is where I figured the animal was coming up and down. Oh, we got a magpie in here. What are you doing in here? What are you doing? I didn't know you were in here. I don't think my client knew you were in here either. Are you injured? Might have flopped around in the trap and hurt his wing a little bit. I think he'll be okay. Can tuck good. If he can tuck good, he'll probably be all right. Well, that was unexpected. Okay, let's go south side and set this trap up elsewhere. Hello.
Hi there.
So is it your backyard? There's a garage that it's over? Is that where it's coming in?
That's the back one that's attached to the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you don't mind, I'll just go peek around and figure out a good place to set it.
Yeah. Well, I'll come back and open. There's a door on the north side to get into the garage.
Okay.
On the sidewalk.
Okay.
If you want to go that way, I'll meet you there, and because you have to go through my garage to get into my yard.
All right. Let's do
I'll
it.
be back there, okay?
Sure. I can already see that be very easy to get up on her garage by way of the gutters. The downspout on that other end gate is coming right down to the ground, and really easy if they're at the top of the fence. They can just climb right up. Oh yeah. Sorry.
You looking for the right door?
No, I was just looking at this downspout because that's a real easy place for a raccoon to come up and down.
Well, yeah.
That's my job this morning, is figure out where he's most likely coming
I don't
down.
know. I'm wondering if he's croaked or something, because I hadn't heard anything this morning.
No, hey?
What happens if you don't catch anyone? Any animal?
If we don't catch him for 3 or 4 days, we'll stuff that hole with something, see if anything's coming in or out. If there's nothing coming in or out, then he might even be abandoned. Yeah.
I think he's probably, because he's been slowing down, like not as much noise.
Yeah. See, this time of year, they normally do kind of hibernate a bit, but it's normally way colder, and so when it's warm like this, they really don't. Oh yeah.
It's way up between.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The roof matches.
Yeah,
You
just got easy access. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, they went in the soffit there. All right. Well, this will be easy then, because almost surely he's just coming up right here.
Yeah.
Yep. So I just put the trap right down here at the base, and we'll give it
It's got food in it.
3 or 4 nights and see.
It's got some food in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
Little cat food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So where do they get in? Like, how do they get
So
in?
I'll show you how I set this up. And I like to set it on the concrete because when they're in there, they'll dig. So if I set it on your grass, they kind of tear up your grass and stuff.
Oh, really?
So there's kind of this spring-held door, hey?
Oh, yeah.
So the spring door comes up, and there's a little hook here that's connected to that foot pad.
Oh.
So
when they step on there, it shuts down.
Yeah, when they step on there, it pulls that hook back, and they're locked in. So we shall see. All right, so we shall catch your animal, and then once I know that it's out of there, I will for sure, if she doesn't hire a service for the cleaning, because I told her I didn't want to do the cleaning up in the attics. I don't want to do that stuff. It's too much fiberglass, too much, contortionist flexibility and stuff. It's just dirty work. I don't like it. It's usually hot, in the summer, too cold in the winter. Nah, I won't go up there. So she'll probably hire a service that'll clean that up, and I don't know if it'll be the same service that she uses to shore up the soffit, but if not, that's me. I'll make sure there's a shield back behind there. Okay, so now we are going to head over to the cemetery, where I have been working a contract for the past 2-3 weeks. I haven't said anything on my videos about it yet. But it's a nice little contract that Parks has thrown me. They have a vole issue over there, a meadow vole issue, where, the voles are like stripping tunnels of grass around the graves and that kind of thing. And so they want to get rid of the voles. But they have opted in this case to ask if I would do that for them, and do it in such a way that the voles don't get killed, which I'm quite happy to do, right? So I've been live catching rodents. I haven't caught too many voles, but I've been catching tons of tree mice and stuff, but some voles too. So a job is getting done, but it's the kind of thing where, it can go on for quite a while, indefinitely, I think, because it's a large cemetery. They're right at the edge of the coulee. They're going to continue to have rodent issues there. and hopefully they'll continue to use my service to take care of the rodent issues rather than using an exterminator who's going to put poison into the environment, you know. So I'm cool with it. If they're cool with it, we're doing it. So let's go check a couple of traps at the cemetery and see what we caught this morning. Anyone this morning? Nope. I might change location on this one. I was trapping over on that tree line, and once I started to not catch any anymore, then I switched over to this tree line. Let's see if we got anyone in this trap. Doesn't look like it. Negative. Okay. Both traps are empty. So I'm gonna find one of the new, I've got several plots that they're telling me they have issues at. So I'm gonna go to one of the new plots and reset these over there and try to catch in a new location, see what we get. Well, figure while we're on the road, might as well stop in at the wastewater treatment center down here, because I have a couple of traps there next to some of their giant poop pools. And the reason I've got a couple of traps there is because they've had raccoons visiting. And I've left the traps there, I think, 3 nights now to no effect. So I've put peanut butter in there as bait. I'm gonna go over there and swap in some cat food, some of that soft cat food, in hopes that maybe they'll go after that. But yeah, of course they don't want raccoons down here. At times there's animals that get into the big poop pools. They've had to fish raccoons out of there and beavers out of there in the past. So it's not a good thing if they get in there, and we're gonna try to keep that from happening. Whew. It does have a different scent down here. Fortunately, I think most of my what would you call it, oral, the nose, my capabilities with that sense are pretty slowed down because of all my skunk work, but it does stink down here. Oh, we're just about over by the trap now, so let's check it out quick. Add some new food to it and see if we can get a raccoon in that trap. Oh, the smell is pretty rough. Let's see, where's that other cat food? Let's take a look. Yeah, like the poop pools are just over here, you know. And up here by the garbage is where they were seeing them. So I put a couple of different traps here. No action as yet. I think I will put this salmon pate in this trap here, and we'll see if that helps catch us a raccoon in the next couple of days. Good stuff. All right, let's head over to Spopeekemy. We'll just go check out the pond real quick. I got a couple updates to share that I think people want to hear, you know, regarding my legal fiasco. And then we'll go get Lily some birthday cake. Lily's birthday today, among other things. We've got a couple of things Chris and I are doing with the family tonight. It's Lily's birthday, so we're probably going to go to some kind of I think they got a place, a big like gymnasium for kids to play in. So I think we're gonna go there maybe for her birthday, have some birthday dinner and cake and stuff at some point, and then we are due tonight in Fort McLeod because another of her nephews, who I haven't met yet on her others, like her brothers and stuff, but one of her nephews there and one of her nieces, I believe, they're in a play at the Empress Theater in Fort McLeod. So we're gonna go watch their play tonight. And I don't know what else we'll get into, but let's go to the pond for the moment. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to find the pond frozen over, but because normally this time of year it certainly would be. But even last week it was open and there was widgeons still around, which is pretty odd too. They should have migrated out of here, but we've had so much open water still. We'll see what the river looks like when we get around that way. Wanted to share my little bit of updates since the last video real quick, and it's kind of good and bad. So what's transpired since, when was it that I made my last video? Sunday or something? Can't remember. But what's transpired since is that on Tuesday I was able to meet with a lawyer, and this is in regard to me being sued to my house, of course. Sued for my house because of Mahoney's loan, my ex-wife's old loan. And if you don't know about this, just go to my previous 3 videos or so where I'm dealing with this stuff. But Tuesday I was able to talk to a lawyer. I had kind of some draft stuff for my statement of defense by that time, because my statement of defense was due to be filed and served by today. Today is day 20 since I've been served. It's already been 3 weeks, if you can believe that, 20 days. So I have to get my stuff in by today, but it's already in. I got it in yesterday. Tuesday, I met with a lawyer, and just to get some advice. And so what I was told is that, just as I expected, I'm pretty much in a bad fix legally. Even though I'm just a guarantor on the loan, crocodile tears and stuff over the circumstances with Mahoney are not really going to make any legal difference in court. The reality is that the loan she took, which was some kind of second mortgage, leveraged on the house with my signature as guarantor, when that goes into default, which it did, then they were only contacting her because she's the borrower. So I didn't really I got contacted a couple times by the local office, but never by the head office of their finance corporation or anything. So I didn't expect to get served with court papers before having some kind of more negotiation with them, but that doesn't really matter legally, because she went into default on the loan, and they have every right to ask to sell that house and get their money back. There is open water here at the Beaver Lodge. Just want to point it out while we're here. So there's still open water here, which is very late in the season, considering we're already in the 3rd moon of winter. Legally, I'm really in a bind. Like, they can take the house, they can force that, and they can do it quickly. It doesn't even have to take them 6 months. In fact, in the lawsuit that they filed, they've asked for it to be less than 6 months. So, but on the other hand, he told me, your best option is to talk to them and talk to their lawyer and see if you can work out some kind of new payment plan with them or something like that. It's probably going to be more than it was before, now that you've had this hiccup and stuff, but they're likely to work something out with you rather than push the sale of the house if they suspect they can work with me and I'm going to pay them, right? So he gave me that there, but he said basically, get in your statement of defense. Doesn't really even matter what's on the statement of defense, that you get one in there so that it actually has to go to court. And in the meantime, might want to try talking to the company and the lawyer and see what I could work out. So, okay, so then on that was Tuesday. So on Wednesday, Wednesday morning, I finished my statement of defense. And then I picked up Mahoney at the university and went down to the courthouse, filed the statement of defense. We both signed off on it. And then I went alone to the finance company here in town. It's called Fairstone, and served my statement of defense copy to the general manager there. And I talked to her, and she said, she was, and like she's been all along, every time, like I've had 3 or 4 conversations on the phone with her since July, and she's always been very, understanding of my position, sympathetic, and she said they never had a case like this here locally, so she's never had to deal with something. She doesn't know how this goes. It was another, reason why I didn't really suspect that I would be sued right away without further negotiations, because, I was never tipped off that it was at that point, because here they didn't even know. Like, they were quite surprised when I came to serve them and say, you guys are suing me. They're like, they looked at it, they're like, oh, yeah, it's that case. And they knew what was up because of Mahoney. So, any case, she gave me a little bit more optimism, that general manager there, because she said she knows Fairstone would rather work something out than try to sell my house out from under me and that kind of thing. Hey, so she gave me a number of the main office where this is being dealt with, and the case number and all of this stuff, so that, again, just like the lawyer advised, I need to talk with them and work something out. So that's kind of my game plan starting into next week. I'm burnt out for this week. It's Thursday. I've had so much of the legal up and downs. And then a little bit more interesting, I was walking out of the courthouse with Mahoney just after filing our statement of defense. And as I was walking out, I was met by a gentleman who is familiar to me, but I didn't know his name. His name is Les, and I still don't even know his last name. But he came up to me, and he's familiar with my channel. He's from the Blood Reserve, and he said, "Hey, I know things are tough, but and scary right now and stuff, but like, keep your chin up. Things always work out." And he told me, he knows I'm kind of short on winter work. If I'd like, he does. He mines and polishes and sells ammonite. Hey, mines, shapes, polishes. I mean, basically, he's what I'd call a rock licker. Hey, goes out in the coulees, mines ammonite, brings it home, shapes it if need be, polishes it if need be. Works it makes it nice, sells it on the market as a gemstone, and as fossils and such. So he was telling me, hey, if you want, this winter I'll bring you, a grinder buffer machine or what have you, and you can do some work for me. It won't be like a lot of work or something, but it'll be something on the side for you too. You could even, if you want, come help me out and when I'm mining too, when I'm digging. So I'm like, yeah, I'm in for all that. And then he said, hey, should you happen to lose your house, in this whole thing, I do have access to a couple of houses that are mine on the blood reserve, and I'd be willing to let you stay in one of those if you need one, if you need a place. So it felt like almost magic, really, after walking out from the courthouse, just making the statement of defense that I don't even know where it's going to lead. It is freaky. And then right away, here's somebody that's offering me solutions to a few different issues. Now again, going back, I don't really want to move again and rent again and all, but him making that offer, I'm definitely going to consider that idea as an alternate plan B, moving into that house on the blood reserve, or one of his houses on the blood reserve, should it come to me losing my house. But I don't know. We'll see how I feel at that point, really, because I've kind of, as I explained in my previous videos, I'm pretty burnt out of trying to make shit work out, and paying rents, and trying to pay, work on figuring out stuff to pay down my debts and such. All this overwhelming, it just feels like I'm just laboring to pay and pay, and in the end I got nothing to show for it. I got no home, I got very little possessions, all that kind of shit. So I don't know what I'll do if it comes to that, but it's kind of sounded like it doesn't have to come to that. Hey, we can sort something out, somehow. So I'm more optimistic today than I have been for the past 3 weeks, but I'm definitely not out of the water, so to speak. So we'll see what all comes of it. But I was glad. And it just reminded me too. I know that there's a lot of people that got my back if shit goes really south. I have a lot of people that have respect for me, around here, and would want to help me out. But I don't want to necessarily be that person for them. It's definitely a part of me that's more like a majority part of me that's more like independent, and I want to just stay with my house and my gig. If it doesn't work, I don't know. Check it out. River's still wide open, even though we're already past through the moon when the rivers freeze entirely over. So phenologically, things are going different this year than they have in the past. And last year it was kind of warm too, but not quite like this. This is pretty darn warm for mid-December into the third moon. Anyway, I keep harping on that, but that was my updates. So I'm gonna go finish this walk, go buy some birthday stuff for Lily, and then we'll be getting together with family in just a little bit later. Well, here's the birthday girl. Should we go on the slide? Should we go sliding? Me and you? Come here. Whoosh. Whoosh. Let's me and you go sliding. Whoosh. Come. Lily. Miss, let's go. Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll work. She just needs something different to do.
I know. Hey. Where's your little golden one? Sit. We're going.
Well, sit down.
Hey, sit still.
Whoa, don't fall off. You're getting bucked off.
You have to hold her.
Yeah. Yeah, go. Go.
He just jumped off.
He's on his way out.
Oh, can you get him off there? He's gonna get hit.
Deucey. Come. We gotta go from the top. Come. Whoosh.